Hey there, I'm Marvin, and welcome to Duchy. In this video, I'm going to be giving a narrated playthrough of a Duchy faction noble build. Now, this playthrough is going to be a little different than our standard video. If you are still new to the game or are looking to learn the basic mechanics of the Duchy faction, then I highly recommend that you go check out our Drop Duchy playlist. There are many videos there that are more beginner friendly and probably are better suited for where you're at right now. Here today in this video though, I'm going to be doing more of a showcase of a very specific strategy centered around noble buildings. So if you're not already familiar, noble buildings is something you unlock way at the top of the tech tree, progress tree, excuse me, right here. And they have a special mechanic where when placed on the grid, all of the squares adjacent to its edges will be filled with a terrain square. By default, that is going to be a plain type of terrain, but there is a specific technology card that can change what that terrain type is. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it can change from plains to forests to rivers to even fields, I think. And so noble buildings just kind of have this interesting mechanic, I guess, when playing the standard Tetris round in Drop Duchy, where you're able to fill in some additional spaces by placing the building down. Now, beyond that, I guess there really isn't anything particularly special about noble buildings, but the reason why I'm doing this video is because there is one specific noble building that you can unlock way here at the top of the progress tree, and that's the Jousting Ground. And so the Jousting Ground has this interesting mechanic where it is going to recruit troops for every square that's added by noble buildings. And this is the only card, I think, in the entire game that actually makes use of the inherent mechanic associated with noble buildings and it creating squares in its adjacent edges. So I thought, okay, well, let's see how powerful we can make this card by taking advantage of that mechanic. Now, this isn't a standard strategy that I would recommend. Or I should say it's a strategy that I wouldn't recommend for a standard run because, of course, whether or not you actually have noble buildings that can do this kind of stuff for the Jousting Ground is entirely dependent on luck. So you may not even get the cards that you want, and you have to be able to pivot and play the more kind of standard mechanics in order to get through all three acts. And so with that said, there isn't anything particularly special about applying this strategy with the Duchy faction. I'm just choosing the Duchy faction because I think it's got the simplest sort of faction specific mechanics. And if this noble strategy ends up not really working out as well, I can always fall back on the Duchy sort of specific buildings and beat the run that way. But my hope is really to kind of focus on this Jousting Ground. And so with that, just a quick look through the progress tree. I'm gonna skip kind of a lot of the standard card buildings and technology cards that I usually enable, which I think, yeah, probably, I don't think there's anything particularly special down there. But a few of the other ones I have enabled besides the Jousting Ground, there's the Royal Garden, which is also considered a noble building. This one will provide 8 to 24, I think, food, wood, and gold for each square that is explored, which is quite a lot. This is kind of like the all-you-can-eat version of the Exploited Lands card, way at the bottom of the progress tree. It's nice. I've used it a few times. It's just a nice way to kind of get a variety of resources if that's what you need for your card upgrades. In addition, there's this monument building, which is also a noble building. It starts off with a range of 2 and will send 15 troops to any friendly or hostile group in range. And so this is kind of like I like to think this is like the better version of the training camp, where the training camp you actually have to align buildings. This one you just need to place it nearby. Of course, the downside though is that this can also actually help your enemies. So you have to be a little bit more mindful about how you place this building when you're trying to help the recruitment of your own friendly troops. In addition, Divine Right is a technology card that will give you 1 faith for every noble building that is placed. Maybe this, I think this goes up to 3 at a level 3 card. This is really just to, I don't know, if I get it and I get some extra faith, then that's just some extra resources I can use for the run, which is always appreciated. So this just might help me get the card upgrades a little earlier than usual. And then Chivalry is an interesting card. If you place a noble building next to an enemy military building, you know, there's going to be the spots where they touch is ordinarily where the noble building would spawn a terrain square, but in this case, because it can't do that, Chivalry instead will make the hostile building lose 3 troops, and that's at level 1. I think that goes up to, I want to say 7 maybe. We can check that a little bit later. But it's kind of an interesting card where if I'm unable to find a good spot for my noble building to spawn terrain squares and increase the recruitment of my Jousting Ground, this is kind of like a little backup where I can try to place it at least next to a military building, at least get something out of it, try to reduce its recruitment, or reduce its garrison size. So yeah, those are the primary cards that I'm going to be using specifically for this run. And again, because this is not really a standard run, what I've done is to actually play through a start to see if I'm able to get these specific cards to make this strategy work. And I have one going right now that we're going to continue. So let's dive straight into that. I've just finished up Act 1, and at the end of Act 1, I was able to recruit this Jousting Ground card, which you can see right now only recruits 2 light troops for each square added by noble buildings, but that will go up higher. It's going to require quite a bit of gold to upgrade, but that's okay. We can definitely work on that. You can see that already to get through Act 1, I was able to get 2 watchtowers fully upgraded, as well as a fully upgraded wood clear and fortified farm. So actually, I mean, this top row right here is probably almost enough to get me through all 3 acts. This is being played right now on hard difficulty, which is not a cakewalk. You do need to focus a little bit on it, but also not so hard that you have to play cheesy strategies. In addition, I have this Bastion card, which is more of a standard noble building that you can get. And this actually starts with a garrison, but will recruit additional troops for every adjacent plain or field. So it's actually best to place the Bastion where there are gaps so that those gaps get filled by plains and then increase its recruitment. Or alternatively, you can also place it on plains or fields themselves, and that will be just fine. And that's about it. We also have a clearing card that will turn the first forest piece into a plain, right now at level 1, and a Burgomaster, which we can place next to big networks of fields to gain gold, which actually will be helpful with upgrading this Jousting Ground. Additionally, if I take this right-hand path here, which will actually cause a problem a little bit later on, but right here I can pick one of these cards, and this will actually get me another noble building. In fact, I can pick either a castle or a bastion, and just because I don't think I'm going to be getting as much stone, I'm going to go with the castle first in this case. Or you know what, we just need to vary things up. So by taking the right path, I actually skipped a hostile region, which means the boss is going to get an additional 40 troops in his garrison by the time we get to the end of the act. That's a little unfortunate, but again, our focus is to see what we can do with noble buildings, so I think it's worthwhile. So let's go ahead and go in here. So with that said, I am going to take out my very amped up watchtowers and instead focus on putting in my noble buildings instead. So I'm not going to recruit as many troops as I would have with my watchtowers, but that's okay because first off, we don't even have any enemies to face, but also we're here to kind of see what happens when we use those noble buildings. Alrighty, and again, because of that clearing card, my first... There we go. My first forest piece was changed into a plains. Alright, so here's that bastion. Again, it recruits additional additional troops for every adjacent plain or field. Right here on the bottom left, if I place this right above my 2 plains, we're going to maximize its recruitment because every single adjacent edge is going to have a plain. So by doing that, boom, we get 34, which is quite nice. Let's continue going. All right, and then additionally what we're going to work on is getting using our farm to build a whole bunch of plains. So part of that requires using this wood clearer to get all of that. And then with our farm coming up, we can, it's not going to be quite long enough to reach that spot, is it? So, there it is. All right, now interesting thing, the Jousting Ground cannot be rotated. So this is probably, ordinarily, I don't like using this card, or this is really my first time playing with it, but I don't like the idea of using this card because you can't rotate it and you really need to make sure you are well prepared to place it, or else it could really screw up with your grid and you're not going to have space to put anything else. So right now we're doing okay. What we're going to do is actually place it exactly where it is showing right now, because that is going to pretty much maximize the amount of spaces that it can fill in with terrain. It's going to fill in 3 squares right below it, right above this row of, in the row above the farm. It's going to do a space on the left and a space on the right, and then 4 spaces right above it as well. So that should get us 9 spaces times 2 is 18 troops. Let's take a look. And oh, plus additional from the bastion. So let's see what that looks like. There you go, 28. For a level 1 card, I mean, that's okay, not bad. We can even do better. Now we got this castle here. So if we place the castle just 1 spot off, that's going to maximize, again, the amount of terrain that it will fill in, and that should increase this as well. There you go, now we're at 42. So pretty nice, actually. And now really at this point, we're just mostly focusing on filling in spots. So completing the round so that we can like that. It did not like that I couldn't that I had to square outside. That's why that round over looks so dismal. But look at this. I mean, pretty good round in terms of resource collection. Oh, dispensary. I'm going to be collecting a lot of food, so that is a card that will be very handy for us. Alright, random military building could give us another bastion or castle. That would be helpful. This one, on the other hand, doesn't really give us anything. A Thief's Hideout would be a really strong card, but we're not trying to use that in this playthrough, a specific showcase. So, another farm. Alright. Let's go up the middle. Alright, so now we're really going to be putting ourselves to the test in terms of how well we can really utilize these cards. Oh, 200 stone. I could definitely use a masonry card because that is extremely expensive. Here's the question, do I want to spend 300 food to get ourselves another building slot? Do I really need another building slot? I don't know that I do. So we could use it for the dispensary just to get ourselves some defense back. Sure, you know what? Let's do it. Okay, and then for the enemies, we got a whole bunch of vantage points, so we just need to make sure we don't stick. we place those next to anything that is not a mountain. Okay, again, we're going to try to fill in as many spaces as we can. Like that. Alright, we're going to fill in the center spot here. There we go. My goodness. Now you see with these noble buildings, we are filling up the space extremely quickly, which is why we are gonna we look like we could run out of space very, very soon. So we do need to be mindful of that. Now let's see. With this, I think I'm gonna actually stick this down here. Because we're, again, running out of space so quickly. That way we can stick this here. And now we can put the Burgomaster down. I think, here maybe? Actually, you know what? Let's put it down here. So we can put this here. There we go. And we can do this here. There we go. Okay, so that's going to at least get us a bit more fields, so we can really get a lot more gold for our efforts. And let's see. Oh my gosh, we run out of space so quickly. Can I possibly? No. All right, we're done. All right, and we got, because we got a whole bunch of food and used that dispensary, we were able to get back some of our defense. So that's good. We're actually almost at full health there. I also left the advantage in the reserve slot, so we only have to contend with 3 enemy groups rather than 4. And you can see that, wow, this level 2 Jousting Ground was able to recruit 72 troops, which is, you know, pretty good. That is really good. So let's go ahead and start this fight off. We'll easily take out all of these. Nicely done. I guess this militia card. Alright, let's see if we can get a good technology card. Exploration could be good. This also could be good because we really need to maybe get that masonry card. It's just so expensive. Or any technology card. Let's see about this one. So I'm going to pick the masonry one. That will at least make it so that it's only 160. Sadly, we're not going to be able to get a trading fair. So getting, what is that? I need 86 more stone in 2 rounds is going to be tough. So let's see. We'll just try our best. So we're going to take out this dispensary. We don't really need that anymore. Maybe do the farm. Let's see. We got 7 plus these 4 that can change. Yeah, I mean, the farm might help us out more. Oh, look, and there's an enemy Jousting Ground. That's so funny. I have never actually played against one before, so here we go. Battle of the Noble Buildings. Nope, there's that. Let me see. I'll place this here. And then maybe place this here. Yeah, sure. I think that's okay. And then this is not a very pretty shape. Slightly better. We're gonna stick this down here. And now, how many forest pieces? I have 2 more forest pieces. I don't know where they're gonna go, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna hedge my bets and place it like around here. Alrighty. Where are you gonna go? I'll stick you over here. And then, let's see. Level 3 farm. Go like this. Oh, actually. Maybe like this. Oh shoot, I mixed up. This is the level 3 farm. Oh darn. How unfortunate. My bad. Alrighty, well then, I guess we stick this here. Okay, and then we're just gonna explore. And explore the rest of these. Like this. Alright, like that. Okie dokie. All heavy troops, so we need to really get more ranged troops. Well, thankfully, with this combination of a Jousting Ground, a castle, and a bastion, I have one military building of every troop type, so I can very easily adapt to the situation. Ooh. What do I want? I don't really need more fields, do I? Whatever. I mean, I don't know that's the card that I need, but that's fine. Let's take a look. Faction cards. I mean, we might be able to get a technology card here to help us. And we do. So let's do this. And now we're going to face a much stronger. In this case, maybe just to be safe, do we want to bring in a watchtower? Let's take a look at our... Oh, I did not get enough stone. How unfortunate. So, if we get lucky, we might be able to find a building that can give us stone later on. So I'm actually not going to panic about upgrading that yet. But what else can we do? What else can we do? So right now, I think clearing might be worth upgrading. We can upgrade our castle and our bastion. Oh, we don't want to do our bastion because I want to. 300 gold, and I will need that gold later. That's okay. That's okay. So let's upgrade our castle, and then I want to save up some gold. I have enough wood, so anything that's mostly food, I will spend that money. Which the clearing will help is just food. So, or I can try to get. Oh, I don't have enough to do another building. So let's just go ahead and spend that on the clearing card. Okay, and we're gonna throw in one of our watchtowers just to be safe. Okay. If you're not familiar, this is the Act 2 boss towers, which has these 4 towers right here. And if you place a building on any of these squares that have the eyeball on it, then the associated tower, in this case, is going to recruit 17 troops, and that varies depending on which tower gets activated. And generally speaking, the goal is to try to place your buildings either in these little corner spots down here or the top middle area. So I'm going to focus on building up some building up some terrain here just in the middle so I can place it up on top. Otherwise, we're going to place the terrain off to the side. Oh, and I got a field for my efforts there. That's pretty cool. And maybe I'll place you down here. And now we can actually do the jousting ground like this. And that'll just fit in nicely like that. I can maybe stick my farm down here somewhere, along with the watchtower. If we're able to get the right pieces. Let's see. Or we can also just trigger it. We could just trigger the towers. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to trigger this bottom tower. Give a sec right here. Like that. And then I probably want a wood clearer or something down here. Oh, I can probably place that. So, okay, that's good. Okay, oops. There we go. Alright, that's really nice. Okay, we're gonna keep on stacking planes down here. Oh, there's my bastion. Okay. Sure. There we go. So we've maximized recruitment, or maximized the amount of troops we can recruit based on where this watchtower is. We've got a good amount of money here for this burgomaster with all these fields that are connected. Our farm's also saturated, so at this point we can mostly just focus on getting in pieces for this last bastion here. So I think if I add it here, this will get the most squares. Look at that. Oh, undo. Nope, we don't want to trigger the tower though. There we go. And then here we can just focus mostly on exploration. So we're just going to try to maximize our... Oh, I cannot... Okay, we'll just do it here. So how was that? Let's see. I'm going to take this guy out. Oh. Just enough. So adding that watchtower back in was definitely helpful. We got a little bit of stone for our efforts. Oh man, I really need something for that. To get the stone though I need for. So now the question is, do we leave behind something? Do we not leave? Usually I would leave behind the mountains because most everything that we need is wood and food. That's for standard Duchy gameplay. But now that I'm doing this special gameplay with the noble buildings, instead I can maybe... I think I'll leave behind forest instead because I only need 300 wood for this jousting ground, and everything else I think I can afford to not touch. So we're going to leave the forest behind. And now we're going to have wasteland to deal with instead. Oh, but look, there's a stone thing right up here. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, so what we're going to just see first off. We're going to see what we would have gone going this path. I'm going to take the right hand path though, I think. That would have been nice. Definitely some good options here. I think that I'm going to take the right path so I can get that stone depot. So we can just go ahead and grab stone and upgrade this jousting ground. Which does what? It does increase it to 6. That is quite a bit. So let's go this way. Don't really care for that. Let's look at this one. We will take, here, let me just, it's just so bad that I'm gonna, I'm gonna pick the light unit one. I'll take this. Thieves Hideout, my favorite card, but we're probably not gonna use it this time just because I want to try to showcase other things. So let's go up over here. All right, and now we're gonna take out our wood clearer because we don't have any forest left. Here's my wood clearer. And instead, I'll throw in that dispensary again because we do need some more food. We will maybe take out the watchtower because again, I want to showcase not using the watchtower. I will throw in the exploited lands. Actually, you know what? We can do this. Orchard, because that will give us some wood. We don't need wood right now. Let's just do this. Okay, so Jousting Ground is going to go up to level 3. The Bastion doesn't have enough gold. Castle also does not have enough gold. So we really need our gold to come in play here. So I'll do that. And then, so with that said, do we want to maybe, we don't really need food though, do we? Let's see, 100 food here, 200 here. I think we'll definitely get that easily, so. Oh, you know what? I should have not. Oh, sorry. I might reset this, actually. Because I realize now that I could have. I apologize. Before I make all those upgrades. Sorry, let me make sure I get the right buildings. So we wanted the dispensary and exploit lands. Before I do those upgrades, I should upgrade this masonry card. Just make it a little bit cheaper on the stone. Okay, so we have a little bit more stone left at this point. Then we'll upgrade this. And that should, and then we can also upgrade the exploit lands as well if I need to. At this point though, maybe actually it might be worth. I've spent so much wood now. So we're gonna put in that orchard. And with that in play, I think the fortified farm and burgomaster are my only production buildings. Oh, dispensary counts too. Okay. All right, so we need to be mindful of where we put that orchard. Oh, I hate Raider Colony. It's not fun to play with. Oh man. Alright, I'm already kind of... Oh, I guess I'll just place that. I'll just place this right here. We can place this over here. That's really nice. And then this is down here. And there we go. Still have quite a bit of space for this building right here, so alrighty, and I think we're going to place this here just to get a few more troops. Oh, I didn't think about that though. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so we recruited a few troops for that watchtower. That's okay. Not a big deal. Alright, here comes our Jousting Ground. Oh. Maybe that'll be better over here. There we go. Now you don't have to worry about that. Oh, come on. You can fit in there. Come on, come on, come on. Fine. So annoying when it does that. Oops. Yes. Ah. I'm still kind of pissed at that mountain piece would not fit in there. I know you can fit in there. Nice. Alrighty. So we made up for all that defense that we lost. Ooh, this will be nice. We're racking up our gold. At this point, I don't think we need any more. We don't need any more buildings, so we're going to go this way. At this point, was it worth trying to get Chivalry or Divine Right? Honestly, I don't think so. We're so late into the run, so instead, we're going to take Treadmill Crane because that will at least reduce the cost of our upgrades. And Jousting Ground's already at level 3, so I think that's good. Instead, we'll focus on this Bastion card. Just to get that up a little higher, and then we just still need more gold, though. We'll take out the dispensary because we don't need it anymore, and instead put in exploited lands. And do I need wood for my upgrades? I don't need wood, so I can actually even upgrade this exploited lands, I bet. At least one time. Just get us more food. Okay, 3 vantage points. Ooh, that's annoying. There we go. Like this. And then like just stick this out over here. Can we get a production building next to this guy? We'll try. I'll just stick this over here. There you go. That's the production building I want right over there. Do that. And of course, when you can, you should try to avoid playing Wasteland pieces because that is, when you explore Wasteland, it doesn't get you anything, so you might as well pick something else for your troubles. Oh, I really wish I could have. You know what, fine, I'm going to place this over here because I do want to place this down. There you go. Nice little network. Training camp. We're going to put in reserve. Kind of like this. Like this. There we go. Okay. very nice. Alright, so we broke 100 with our jousting ground there. That's not too bad. But you can see, with just 3 noble buildings, we are creating so much terrain that we're actually unable to finish the round and place all the pieces. It's just that's just how it works. No mercy, or how much gold do I still need? I still need a ton of gold. So let's take the no mercy, and we'll play the cards this time. Alrighty, so we're gonna take. Could do this to try to upgrade the card, because we can only upgrade one of them. Or do we try to gain a card through this? No, we're gonna go right. Let's go right. I want to try to use that port and see if we can't upgrade a card. Do we want to spend the money and get ourselves another building slot? Because right now we honestly don't even need it. So instead, I'm going to think about upgrades. The castle is probably the better bet. We'll do that. Actually, you know what? Sorry. We're not going to do that upgrade. Save it for the port. We're saving it for the port. So the port, if you pay 150 gold, you can upgrade one random level 2 card, so it might get the castle or the bastion, or it might not. Oh, but Heretic Slayer. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, I don't like that. That could definitely ruin our. Alright, there we go. We'll plot all the enemy buildings over there. There we go, that looks much nicer. We're going to focus the right-hand side on getting more fields. Okay, so I did that. I delayed my castle because I still have spots that this farm can convert. So I'm going to place the castle next to the spots that it won't. So the castle will automatically change 2 of the created plain squares into fields by virtue of the, what is it? The garden technology card, which is a special one that the Duchy starts off with. Okay. There we go. I think that about maximizes our... Oh, I didn't leave a spot for my orchard. That's my last building too. All right, so we're not going to get the... we are not getting the food, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I saying? We can't place the orchard and get the wood. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll just place this here. You know what? And because we're getting so much gold, I'm going to skip out on playing this Heretic Slayer because it sucks. Might as well do it. Okay. Very nice. Oh my gosh, look at all the food that we are getting from all these fields. I don't even think we have the heavy plow card, which gives you even more. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, this stone mine is actually what I was looking earlier for. If we had this going into Act 3, we could have left the mountain behind and just used this to get the stone we need, but alas, that's not going to happen. So instead, we're going to grab Divine Right. Why not? We'll just get a little bit more. And now we're going to think about upgrading this. So now we have the castle and the bastion are both level 2. Anything else that's level 2. Exploited lands is technically level 2. I might sell that just so that we don't have that interfering. Clearing is also 2. Well, I don't know. Let's just go with our luck here. Garden. Okay, well, that did not happen, so instead we're going to manually upgrade these. That's 1. That's 2. We're going to go into the Basilica. And because we have enough money, well, let's see, do we want to upgrade? Yeah, we're going to unlock that, throw in our watchtower, take out the orchard, throw in our second watchtower, and do we even want another military building? Because we don't really need the Burgomaster anymore. So we can throw in a Thieves' Hideout. Why not? Just for kicks. Okay, here we go. Last fight for this playthrough. Now, if you're not familiar, the Basilica Act 3 boss, every time you put down a piece and end your turn, any of these uncovered conversion squares will add to the conversion meter down here, and if you ever place a military building whose garrison is less than the conversion meter, then that building will actually get taken over and belong to the enemy. So very rude. Don't like it. So there you go. You see 5 of them. I covered 1, and so the other 5 have contributed. And the basic strategy with this is to force one of your buildings to eat up that conversion meter, because it doesn't matter what the size of the garrison is for the building that gets changed, that will eat up the entire conversion meter. And actually, it looks like what's going to happen is we're going to lose. We're going to lose out on our fortified farm. How unfortunate. Okay, well. Okay, well, we'll just tuck this in the bottom then. And that gets plopped over. And the reason why I did that is because it's not going to, with that, with the way that works, it's not going to help us change any more planes into fields, so it just is what it is. Even this watchtower, where are all my planes? There's no really good place to stick it, so I'm just going to stick this here. And at least get something for my troubles for this Thieves Guild. Range of 3. I guess there is still some spots here that I can use. Okay. There goes that watchtower. Add this here. Alright, we have some of our other buildings coming up, so I'll go ahead and add. At this point, with just 1 square left, I don't think we have to worry about any of our buildings getting converted, so we can just go ahead and start adding in everything else. This one, unfortunately, I cannot seem to. I guess if I place this here, and then I place this here, that will maximize recruitment. There we go. There we go. I'm wondering if I can't. Where should I squeeze my last watchtower? If I place it here. Alright, where can I place this thing? Yeah, just do it like that. Wow. And of course, I did not complete many rows because I was trying to block those conversion squares, so cartographers really kicked in there towards the end. So let's see. We actually have 2 additional enemy groups to fight because of that conversion mechanic, which is a little bit annoying to deal with, but that's okay. Let's first go ahead and take out this range group here before switching over to this. Sorry, use the range group to take out the heavy troops before switching over to light to take out the range. And we got plenty left over, so let's take a look. We actually had, between our 3 noble buildings, we had about 280 maybe. So that was definitely enough, I think, to take this out and not. It may not have won the fight, but we definitely would have survived it. Battle 1. Nicely done. All right, and that is a wrap of our showcase for a Duchy faction noble building strategy. You can see here in this final Act 3 boss round, we had 3 noble buildings and were able to recruit almost 300 troops with it, which is quite decent. Definitely enough to win this round here on hard. Honestly, probably even enough to win this on extreme with maybe help from one additional military building. And yeah, I would say overall, I think it was a very interesting strategy to try out here. This Jousting Ground, when upgraded to level 3, can definitely recruit quite a few troops as long as you have the support of at least 2 additional noble buildings. And honestly, if we had a third, would have been even more incredible. Maybe we could have gotten this Jousting Ground to recruit almost 200 troops. In this case, I think when we got it up to level 3, it recruited 6 light troops per square added, so we were able to get 20 additional squares added here. That is, I think, definitely one limitation of this strategy, is that these noble buildings just take up a lot of space. So you better be sure you're able to fit in everything else that you need to in a small compact area, because the noble buildings will definitely add a lot. And thankfully, because they added plains that can then be converted into fields, the Duchy made for a really nice fit, because our watchtowers and our farms also work off of plains and fields as well. And along those lines, I would say also, I think from the showcase we could see that these noble buildings are also quite expensive to upgrade. You know, one of the best things about playing as the Duchy is that your watchtowers only take food and wood to upgrade, and those are extremely easy to come by with just your starting cards. Obviously, just like the farm and exploring fields and plains to get the food, and then the wood clearer to get the wood you need for those upgrades. But for the Jousting Ground, we needed quite a bit of gold as well as food to get it to level 2, and then for level 3 we also needed, I think, almost 200 stone before applying that masonry technology card to reduce that cost. So again, you know, I wouldn't advocate that this noble building build, I guess, is a standard strategy that I would apply in Drop Duchy, but you know what? It was really interesting to try out. It definitely was pretty effective here on hard difficulty, starting from Act 2 when I had at least the Jousting Ground in place, and actually, in fact, even 2 additional noble buildings. So definitely can be very effective if you're able to get everything into play. So with that, I'm Marvin. Thank you so much for watching this showcase. I and my family, we run Buddy Up Gaming, a YouTube channel where we encourage families to game together. Video games is a favorite pastime of ours, and definitely something to be enjoyed with your entire family, and that includes single player games. My son loves Drop Duchy. Whenever I play it, he's always asking me questions about my strategy and what cards I'm using and how they work, and he never hesitates to let me know when he thinks that I'm not playing the most optimal moves when applying my Tetris skills. And you know what? He's right, at least half of the time. So yeah, it is, Drop Duchy is a fantastic game to enjoy with everyone. It is really cheap to pick up, so definitely encourage you to go and take a look at it, and you don't even have to wait for it to go on sale. I think you can get it at a great bargain. And if you enjoyed this showcase, certainly please do check out all the other videos we have on our Drop Duchy playlist. I have playthroughs of all 5 factions that are currently available in patch 1.2.19, and with sort of a discussion on how to play those factions effectively, as well as other just, fun showcases. Like there's another one showcasing a Duchy faith build that works off the provisions convoy. So a lot of really great content out there if you enjoy this game. That's a wrap though for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, thanks again so much for watching, and take care out there. Victory. Nice.